What are you doing, bud? Why are you getting so close? Don't you do it. The Australian Outback, that never-ending northern territory made famous by its remote and rugged landscape. My journey into the vast unknown started smack dab in the middle of the country, in a town called Alice Springs, where the welcoming party was led by a man affectionately known as Kangaroo Dundee. Kangaroo Dundee, or Broga, runs a 188-acre kangaroo sanctuary just outside of town, where they rescue, rehabilitate, and release orphan baby kangaroos like Sebastian here. I figured it was good karma to come pay my respect before hitting the road, as these Australian beauts have a reputation for playing chicken in traffic. And just like that, it was time to embark on the long drive north, from Alice Springs to Darwin. For this trip, I actually went against my ways and hopped in a tour bus with Real Aussie Adventures, because to be honest, I didn't want to drive all that way. It gets real lonely out there, especially when there's some stretches of highway where you can go literally hundreds of kilometers without seeing any sign of civilization. And when you do reach a town or a pub or a station, you find yourself trapped in time with some real interesting tourist attractions. Back on the road, our first stop was at the famous Ayers Rock, otherwise known as Uluru. Day one, heading into the outback. We just drove for about 4 or 5 hours. We made it to our first campsite here in Uluru. There's a lot of flies, it's very hot, but we're gonna go explore. We're gonna go off on a little trek right now. Let's check it out.
There was a wild colonial boy, Jack Duggan was his name.
After exploring the sacred area around Uluru, we traversed the rocks of Katajuka, past the wild rock balls of Devil's Marbles, and into the impressive Kings Canyon and its beautiful views. We saw some crazy ancient archaeological sites of the Aboriginals and even spotted a few dingoes as we continued north with the changing landscape, from the red rock flatlands to the tropical green terrain. But all the while, the one constant that remained as we traveled north was that it was hot as f***. So thankfully, we found a few cool sanctuaries along the way. It's hot, very hot up here, but look what we found. The watering holes are great and super refreshing, but you just had to watch out for these guys along the way. And these guys, and especially these guys. Out of all the creatures in the outback, without a doubt, locals respect and fear the saltwater crocodile, or salty, more than anything. These beautiful bastards will eat even if they're not hungry. If you step in their territory, it's on. And they've been known to take down boats bigger than the one we were in right here on this little cruise through Kakadu National Park. What are you doing, bud? What are you Don't you do it.
Oh, I can see it blink. That's weird.
Luckily, we survived the sunset and made it back to camp in one piece. But for some reason, despite all the creatures around the outback, we still decided to sleep outside. We pulled up heavy-duty sleeping bags called swags to the campfire and found some comfort in knowing that there was at least someone on either side of you. And once the group settled in and the fire died down, The incredible night sky made me forget anything crawling around me. The Australian Outback. It's vast and it's desolate. It's hot and it's sticky. But man, is it beautiful.
Oh my god, it's perfect!
Take that off. That's probably better.